Welcome to Genokfinance. My name is Genok. If this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe and support the channel so that I can continue to bring you valuable information. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any time I post a new video. Full disclosure, I am not a financial advisor. This information is for entertainment and education purposes only. Please do your own research before you invest any money. Also, follow me on social media in the description below. Without further ado, let's get started. For the INU NFTs round 3 minting is almost sold out. The team announced if some of the NFTs are remaining by Friday 5 p.m, they will buy them back and ban them. That will actually decrease the supply of the NFTs and make them even more rare and valuable. Already, for the Dragon Sailors Club NFTs on OpenSea, most NFTs are listed for over 10 ETH, except a few listed under 10 ETH. The NFT refill is not yet done. They have only refilled 5 rare ones, which are Snoop Dogg, Michael Jordan, Paris Hilton, Eva Longoria, and Neymar Jr. I believe Fall Team must have asked permission before they use these celebrities' names. I will not be surprised to see these celebrities buying up these NFTs with their names on it. I also believe the utilities that are going to come with these NFTs would be phenomenal. They are going to announce some of these utilities, and in future they might even decide to surprise holders of NFTs once in a while. That's why I do not recommend anybody to sell all of your NFTs, because you might end up regretting for missing out great utility that is coming with them. They just announced on their Twitter the reveal party will take place on Saturday 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, will fold. So if you have not minted any of these NFTs, you can go to their Twitter website and buy. Here is the website where you can connect your wallet and mint your NFTs before Friday 5 p.m, because they are going to buy up everything and wherever there is left and burn them. So initially we started with 10,000 NFTs, but if for example by Friday 5 p.m they have about maybe 1,000 left, so they are going to burn all the 1,000, which meaning we will only have the supply of 9,000 if that's the case, making them even more rare and more valuable. And I believe they are going to come with some surprises from celebrities once these NFTs are refilled on Saturday at 5 p.m. So stay tuned. I still believe these NFTs are going to increase in value significantly, so owning one might give you an opportunity of a lifetime. That's all I can say. Also, fall change is coming, so after the reveal party I believe they might decide to launch the fall change, and that's also going to attract more projects. They already have over 100 projects onboarded, so that's going to help the fall INU token, and also is also going to help the NFTs. So if you look around their Twitter, they just announced Ship and Fold are going to outperform every crypto next bull run. Ship and Fold brands are going to outperform everything on Fold change. That'll be huge, because the more they burn, the more the supply is decreased. That's making it more rare and more valuable. When the big money comes in to buy these tokens, they'll move higher very quick because the supply is very small. So this is what's going to drive us to the probably 50 billion market cap. So for myself, I'll keep on buying some tokens. I already own 6 NFTs, so right now I'm looking at adding more on the token side. If we look at coin market cap, today Fall INU is sitting at 51 million market cap, is slightly down, but I believe once the NFTs mintings are done, it will start going back up. Even now it might start going back up, because today we had some good news. The CPI report came lower than expected, so it looks like inflation for July was about 8.5%. This is down from June, which was 8.6%. So the consumer price index came down. The economists were expecting it to be around 8.7%. So basically this is a bullish sign, and that's what made the stocks and the crypto rally today. We are going to have the Fed meeting in September, and because the inflation is trending down a little bit, I think the Fed meeting in September, they might decide not to be extremely aggressive with raising the interest rate, but we shall see when when that time comes. But for now, I think everything is trending up. The stocks, the crypto, I think they are going to start running up until when the Fed meeting is going to take place. So I think this is a good news to all altcoins and Fold, especially because Fold has a lot of catalysts going on. They have not announced yet, so stay tuned. It is also possible that we hit the bottom in crypto and the time for altcoin season is here now. So anything is possible. We can see a run up or we can see a little bit of pullback. So I would like you to listen to this CNBC news about the inflation.
On the headline, expected up 0.2% for our consumer price index July read, unchanged, double goose eggs, 0. And last month, of course, up 1.3. That's the highest level since 2005. If we look at ex-food and energy, up 0.3, also less than the half of 1% anticipated, and less than half of the rearview mirror, which was up 7 cents. The high water mark here, folks, goes all the way back to April of 2021 when it was up 0.9%. Now, the year-over-year numbers. Year-over-year headline, up 8.5. This is the one I was a bit nervous about. In the rearview mirror, it was up 9.1. 9.1, that was the highest since 1981. 8.5 brings us back to levels we haven't seen since just April of this year. And finally, ex-food and energy on the year-over-year outlook, up 5.9, expected to be up 6.1. It equals our last look, which was up 5.9. High water mark here was in March, where it was up 6.5, the highest since 1982. And if we look at what's going on with interest rates, they are falling. And for a change, we have a bull steepening going on. Bull steepening, meaning prices are rising, and that's pushing short rates down almost twice as fast as long rates, but all rates are going down. We're down almost 16 basis points in a 2-year. We're down about 10 basis points in a 10-year, and it underscores the Fed, by its very nature of ill forecasting success, is reactionary. The market's not, and the market continues to do what it's now done for weeks and weeks, and that is long rates are moving down. It believes that transient ultimately will be the correct word. The problem was the time frame. Melissa Lee, back to you.
What a rundown, Rick. Thank you. In a nutshell, cooler than expected across the board versus consensus estimates, which seems to lend some credence to the notion that the Fed could pause. We're seeing futures rise very sharply. Rick had mentioned the sharp decline we're seeing in 2s and 10s. We're seeing a sharp surge in the futures. Right now in the NASDAQ, we're looking at about 320. S&P looking to be up by about 72.5, and the Dow's looking to add more than 400 points. Steve, what's your initial reaction here?
We did get the pop in services that I was concerned about. The owner's equivalent rent, which is the proxy for housing costs, rose actually more than expected, up 0.7%. Services less energy, up 0.7%. That's a big part of the index, both of those things, and they're rising relatively quickly. It looks like there was a little bit more fall off in the energy prices. I'm not sure why we didn't get the services pop. I think you're right, though. I think the market is right. This means quick reaction. I'm not sure the Fed can do 50 on the back of this. I think they still might do 75, but it could suggest some attenuated rate increases down the road. Jason Furman has an interesting piece with which I somewhat disagree about his concern about productivity from yesterday's numbers. And that's going to be also important for the Federal Reserve. It's a bit of a wonky conversation, but it's very central to how we live our lives.
As you can see, based on the CPI report today, most Wall Street analysts are very bullish. So this is a sign that we might not see the Fed being aggressive when it comes to September, their meeting. So for now, we are not out of the woods yet, but anytime we have good news, let's have good news. So that's it for today. Please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching and giving me a few minutes of your time. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.